Hey guys, I don't think it did anything, but hey guys, welcome back. I was looking at my shades or my blinds, looking a little weird. I am about to basically just show you guys while I take down my hair, or talk to you guys while I take down my hair. I washed my hair last night, which it needed it so bad. So now it's super moisturized, and yeah. So things that's kind of been going on in my life. I think I told you guys about how I wanted to get a deeper understanding of what love is in particular. And so that's what's been going on. So yeah, I braided them because I've been doing that after I wash my hair. I just love how curly they are afterward. So I got about 9 braids in here. This one did not hold up. Let's see. 4, 5. Got 14 braids. So yeah, I'll be taking them down. I'm just gonna spritz my hair with some water. And that is exactly why I have this towel. Anyway, so yeah. Okay, nice. I'm using carrot tea tree oil therapy. It's been pretty good. I actually, for a little bit, I used this on my face too. So, say hair and body. So anyways, yeah, what love is and what it is not, because, you know, I think people just throw the word around, if you ask me, which is not cool, but it happens to the best of us. I think that, which I've been reading All About Love by Bell Hooks. If you've never read that book, I highly recommend it. I typically find that when certain things are kind of going on in my life, there's typically one common denominator, and right now I think love is a really, really big one. Now, like I said, I just watched it yesterday, so it's not going to be as curly as it typically would be if I would let it stay in for a little longer, but I have some stuff to do today. So anyways, so yeah, so I think the common denominator right now is love, and what that, to me, it's both about giving and receiving, but more than anything, it's just, what is it, you know? And I created a list of what I believe love to be based on the things that I personally have found that I enjoy. But the main focus that I want to mention is, I guess, what it is not. I'll state a few obvious ones, just because everything's not always obvious to everyone. Like, we don't know people's backgrounds and stuff. But to me, it's not, you know, anger, neglect, I'm gonna use the word ignorance, but it's not, I'm meaning it in the way like ignoring. Like, I don't feel that person that truly loves you would leave you in a state of confusion or questioning what's going on. I believe that it is more than just a feeling. I think that feelings are very fickle. You can go in and out of, if that's the case, you can go in and out of loving someone. I believe that love is loyal, that once it is, it just is, no matter what the person does. I believe it's an action, and it's a conscious decision more than anything, because I've experienced and been the person that chose to ignore, how it is that I felt for someone. You can do that. I think that love is a portal to so much more, and so that's why it can be so scary to people, because it's a step into the unknown, and more than anything, a burst of challenges and change, just newness all over, and I think that love is able to be felt and experienced across all forms of relationships. It's not just about romance. You could quite literally have this deep love for a friend, family member. But I think that love is universal. It's the definition of it that is not. And I feel that that's why there's so many different versions of it across relationships, because people treat people differently, and this is not to say this is what it is and this is how you should be at all. This is just what it is that I've learned and what it is that I feel and believe. I've always been, I believe that the way that I feel when I'm with my friends is how I should feel when I'm with my person. I don't feel that are there different things that you should do with each one? Absolutely. Is there a different act of love? No. I don't believe in levels to love. I kind of love that person. You either do or you don't, and at the end of the day, you will or you won't. That's what I believe. And so I've always found it very trying when, I've told someone that I love them and, the relationship fizzles out, because still, if that person were to come to me for something, I would be like, oh yeah, I can help, just because to me it's also a form of deep caring, and ideally I just want what's best for you, So, but of course there's the end of love where you must, listen to me, you have to enforce your own boundaries, You can love someone to the pits and depth of your soul, but that does not mean that they get to, that is not at the expense of yourself, So if this person is just not good for you, you love them from afar. You wish the best for them. Some things that you do can be, physically, but most things are going to be in that spiritual realm. You pray for them. You don't do things to get in their way if that's ever a possibility. You just You hold a space for them, but not one that hurts you. Not one that can allow them to hurt you. Because you are the main character. And you matter, okay? You matter. So, I mean, that's... I kind of want to read my list to you all. I just don't know where the book is right now. Well, I'll get it in a second, actually. I know where it's at. It's just not right next to me. But yeah, and I think that these are things, the book All About Love, I just read the part where she was talking about children and how they're not necessarily always respected as having a say or a true understanding of what's going on. Like, a lot of times it's just because the adult says so, and it's like, no. So a lot of the children would, which I was as well, be punished by whippings or whatever, and it's like, what good is that doing? More than anything, it's more so hitting the psyche, saying like, I love you and me hurting you is okay, you know? Or you did something wrong, something bad, you know, so I'm going to punish you. And the only way to avoid the negative piece of love, because this is love, right, is to do right. So then you're just always in your head. You grow up to believe like the wrong decision is going to warrant a whooping or, you know, some other form of discipline. And so I just don't think that parents really understand, or rather, let me say this, because parents are still human beings. I just think that they are just very overwhelmed. If they haven't learned conscious parenting, they are very overwhelmed with the unlimited exploration of children. I'm not a parent, by the way, so this is all from observation. And so children just have no limits. Like, they don't know what society has deemed as right or wrong, so they just explore. And I believe that parenting is to guide the child, not to say no, yes, this is right, this is wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nonetheless, once you grow up a specific way, like, that's what you begin to believe, and that's just how you start to lead your life. Like, for instance, for me, I noticed that whenever it is that I do something that, there's a right and wrong to do things, right, supposedly, but let's just go with that idea. And when I do it wrong, i.e. when I mess up, I am so terribly mean to myself. Like, it's embarrassing. It really is. Like, it hurts my feelings to be able to step, like, when it's happening, I'm literally on the outside of myself being like, don't talk to yourself like that. Like, why are you saying that? But my subconscious, I believe, is just literally has heard these things, or rather is so hurt that making a mistake or doing the wrong thing tells me that I'm a bad person, or like, it's so, oh my gosh, like, it's embarrassing. So I've actually I have a little bowl of words of affirmation for every time I look in the mirror. I just pull one out because I need to get my inner dialogue together. And I think that that's come up a lot. I think that a lot of the relationship problems that I've experienced has a lot to do with the relationship that I have with myself first. Because I tend to, whenever something's going on, and this is just me being a giver, being an empath, being like just someone, my mom died when I was younger, so someone who literally felt neglect, you know, just because a parent passed away. Like, she didn't leave me, but as a child, that's what I believed. So I was constantly yearning for some sort of love in an instance, because also then I had an absent father. So it's just like, this is just my inner child who has not necessarily grown to understand, you know, certain things. Like I kind of just swept it under the rug or pushed it to the wayside because either we don't have time to deal with that because you have to grow up fast, or I don't know how to deal with that, you know? And so now I'm an adult and I'm dealing with it, and I'm seeing things, you know, in other people where I'm like, oh, they really need this, they need that, let me give this to them, but I'm never giving it to myself. And so I've told myself, anytime I start to think of something, I'm like, oh, this person could use this. Okay, that's when you switch it and say, well, how can I give it to myself? Because once I give it to myself, like, to me, you heal each other. You heal others by healing yourself. And so I believe that right now I am in the stage of reparenting myself, and I'm okay with that. I need that. I know it because I want to be a mom. I want to be a mom so bad. Like, and I want a healthy family. I'm not gonna cry, but just know this is really emotional for me right now. I want a healthy family. I want the road trips. I want the you know, holidays at my house. I want parties. I want my kids to just be full of love, and for me to be their like bestie. But I cannot do that if I'm not fully whole on my own within myself. And so, yeah, I don't want to be another kid raising a kid, because that's what I've experienced. So yeah, these are the things that I believe love to be. Give me 1 second and I'm going to get my list. Real quick though, I'm going to read this words of affirmation, and I will type it below, and I want you guys to say it 3 times because that's what I'm going to do. But I also want you to add a word of affirmation down below so that others can have one. So this one says, I can provide for myself. Okay, there we go. And I think that, okay, let me first say, I can provide for myself. Okay, look at here. I can provide for myself. I can provide for myself. So I think that's really, at first, I'm not gonna lie, in my head I was like, oh, this one isn't good. But it is good because overall I can provide for myself, but also the love that I seek, I can provide that for myself. You dig? You feel me? So let me get my list. 1 second. Seems I have lost it. No, found it. Okay, so, to me, what is love? I have 14 things. So I have understanding, loyal, grows, challenging but graceful, supportive, not distracting, healing, begins with self internally, a portal to new heights, never leaves, loud, optimistic, trusting, does not envy, and is honest. Trust me, I will add to that list, but that's where I'm at thus far. So let me know what you believe love to be. Tell me how you love to be loved, shown it, and how you show it to yourself. So also, let's get back to what we're here for, right? Okay, so here's my hair. Let me move this out of the way. Yeah, here's my hair. Oh, this might have been a better option. Okay. Let me know if you're all like interested in my log journey, because I think I should document it. I saw an old friend from high school recently, and he's been growing his for 8 years, and he's taller than me, but his locks are like here on him, and I'm just like, so beautiful. So that means I'm gonna give myself 10 10 years, and then if I don't want them anymore, I'll cut them. So that's my goal right now. But maybe we're gonna go 10, because if 8 years gets him there, like, my hair grows pretty fast. This has only been a year's worth of growth, and I want to say, I'll show you guys where my hair started. So yeah, I think I can do it. But yeah, let me know, comment below, and thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.